With the presidential campaign season at an end, the entire country was abuzz with Hillary Clinton's historic candidacy. Indeed, her candidacy meant so much to so many people. Hillary the progressive, Hillary the first female president, Hillary the women's rights activist, Hillary, champion of the people. But what about Hillary Clinton, genital cutter? What about Hillary Clinton, the genital mutilator? What about Hillary Clinton, the circumciser?
On male circumcision, we've supported more than 400,000 procedures since last December alone. And I'm pleased to announce that PEPFAR will provide an additional $40 million to support South Africa's plans to provide voluntary medical circumcisions for almost 500,000 of boys and men in the coming year. In Kenya and Tanzania, mothers asked for circumcision campaigns during school vacations so their teenage sons could participate.
So given that Hillary Clinton, lying wench and career criminal, is running for president, it may be worthwhile to analyze her position on the issue of male infant circumcision. Immediately it becomes apparent that Hillary Clinton has bought into the hoaxed Africa AIDS study regarding circumcision. The problems with sexual function and totally reduced sensitivity do not seem to enter her mind. The Clinton Foundation, along with many other NGOs, are promoting the transfer of millions of dollars of funding for the circumcision of adult men in Africa. Nor do the questions of bodily integrity seem to come into the question. This is especially problematic as the Western AIDS foundations and circumcision advocates know full well that the circumcised men in Africa will be in a psychological position to need to circumcise their children. They're essentially trying to establish circumcision as a cultural force, as was done in America between 50 and 100 years ago. We are witnessing this happen in real time in parts of Africa. Here is a picture of Canadian pedophile knife rapist Neil Pollock holding a freshly circumcised African baby that he circumcised in the name of AIDS prevention. So much for the voluntary part of voluntary medical male circumcision. The goal is to circumcise 28 million men in Africa. The United States has contributed more than $3.2 billion to this effort. As of 2011, 1 million men had already been circumcised, with 3/4 of the cost being subsidized by Uncle Sam. Even Hillary Clinton's rapist husband, Bill Clinton, got in on the action, even cracking a joke about how hard it was going to be to sell circumcision.
I also want to say a word about the recent promising study with regard to male circumcision and its role in reducing the risk of HIV transmission. And we will have another job to do, a big job, first in selling it, and secondly in providing safe, effective, comprehensive, and rapid ways of doing it that could have a staggering impact on the male population, but will be, frankly, a lot of trouble to get done. And we have to be prepared to do it. We keep going around to people all over the world and telling them not to be queasy about the hard things. If the research shows that this saves lives, we'll just have to get after it.
What about Hillary's take on female genital mutilation? She's publicly made statements claiming that cultural tradition is not sufficient to justify the practice.
Now, we cannot excuse this as a cultural tradition. There are many cultural traditions that used to exist in many parts of the world that are no longer acceptable. We cannot excuse it as a private matter because it has very broad public implications. It has no medical benefits. It is, plain and simply, a human rights violation.
I agree, Hillary. Male and female genital mutilation cannot be excused as cultural tradition. There are many cultural traditions that are no longer acceptable. We cannot excuse it as a private matter because male and female genital mutilation have broad public implications. Male and female genital cutting have no medical benefits. It is, plain and simply, a human rights violation. So Hillary, to date, has been a hypocrite on the issue of male circumcision. I propose, for the sake of equality, that we need to circumcise Hillary Clinton. She'll be cleaner. She won't get made fun of in the locker room. It's just a snip. And she'll love it. And Bill will love it too. Truly, the irony is delicious now that we know the outcome of the 2016 presidential election. Quite frankly, I don't care if Donald Trump locks her up or if David Duke's Twitter Nazis end up strapping Hillary Clinton into the electric chair. Hillary Clinton did not care about me in my moment of need when I was being strapped to a board and knife-raped by a pedophile. Why should I care about Hillary Clinton in her moment of need? Fuck you, you evil bitch, Hillary Clinton!